What it do? Can you hear me?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
Doing the do. Canelo and it's a UFC fight on too. So I've been watching that, man. Watching the sports or the activities I like to watch. It's anti-football, anti-basketball over here. But if it's boxing or mixed martial arts, I'm watching it.
Okay, you don't. Oh yeah, okay. So you watch that, but you ain't gonna watch no NBA, NFL, huh?
Hell no, not no silly Negroes running up down no field with the white people. Nope, not at all.
explain your explain your what they call disdain for the NFL, huh? And NBA.
Well, it's a disgrace to our intelligence. For people like you and I, Bernard, and we all be TV and Gav. Black men that have sense, that work hard, that have a consciousness, that have a backbone. It's a slap in our face. They know, and and we know that sport has not benefited black folks at all. Now, if it was the Negro Baseball League or Negro Football League, and they had their own entity or own money circulating within that league or association, I wouldn't be complaining and run my mouth about it. But they don't own it, right? They're coons, they're slaves. Once they get hurt, they're off the team. The NFL, NBA ain't gonna pay for it. They ain't gonna do nothing. So they're just nothing but, as you said the other week, $20 million slaves. There's a book on that, and they're a disgrace. They have no backbone.
When you go a
They're
little high, I said $40 million.
$40 million. Okay, 40 million.
Yeah.
They
Um.
are coons to the core.
Well. So yeah. So this is the night. This is the night when I finally get the comments because we actually had a situation with HBCU this week. So we're gonna start off with this HBCU bit because we had to get back to that.
Yeah.
So as you really see, Jeff Bezos' wife donated 30 million dollars here. She donated money to Morgan State, $40 million to Norfolk State, um, 30 million to Virginia State. She's been donating money to HBCUs around the country. And you got an interesting take on HBCUs. So I wouldn't feel happy because Jeff Bezos' wife gave HBCUs a lot of money. Don't Negroes don't think that's money for you?
Right. Right. I mean, yeah, the HBCU is nothing but the hidden covert colleges to benefit white women, Middle Easterners, Hispanics, LBGTQ2, up, down, left, right. They add a different letter to it every 2 seconds. So anybody that's not black or not indigenous American, they get the benefit from these colleges. So these HBCUs are nothing but another um, running game for other races. So would I suggest my son or daughter go to these HBCUs? No. Now, if they change and it benefit us, sure. But it's nothing but a front for another white supremacy game for the Nazi Zionists.
Well, let's ask a question about it. The HBCUs, right?
Right.
As you realize right now what they're doing, and I'm sending this link out. A lot of them right now are doing what we would call they could become hubs for your vaccine trials, as they would say.
Interesting.
As you realize, all the talk been in the media this week about vaccines, vaccines, vaccine.
Right.
Now, anytime they pushing something this hard, it can't be good, can it?
Not at all. Not at all. And then I don't know if it was real or not, but remember the nurse that took the vaccine and then she
And
passed out
training,
on TV.
yeah.
I don't know if that was real or not, but I mean, people need to see these warning signs and say, hey, just like you said, Bernard, if they're pushing something constantly and saying it's not FDA approved, under emergency and under this, big pandemic, we can actually put this stuff out that hasn't been tested. We don't know what's going to happen to people once they take the vaccines. People have to go, should I take this? And especially black folks, they ought to know by now they shouldn't take any vaccines from no Nazi Zionists. They should
Well,
understand it.
look, but check this out. If you realize about the vaccine, right?
Right.
It's a little bit different here because if you really look at the vaccination in the situation that's going on, first of all, they got Jewish links, as I told you that before.
Right.
So we just go with the synagogue of Satan. That's one of the main authors pushing the damn thing.
Right.
Now the government, they want to track anybody who had it. So the guy obviously telling you there's a tracking. That's why they call it contact tracing.
Right.
They really need to say contact tracking.
Right.
6 feet. They're actually telling you what they're doing. We don't get it. I don't know if you had time to go back and check the articles I sent you about that woman named Kisneezy Corbett.
Right.
You went back and checked her out?
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't she remind you of a typical bed wench?
Most definitely. And we got the proof to show why we're saying that. We got the proof.
Yeah, okay. I forgot to give you the tweets of her talking about white, but you realize who
I've seen
who
them.
her circles were.
I've seen the tweets.
Yeah,
I've seen.
okay. Then you got Fauci propping you up saying, "Oh, a black woman developed." That black woman hate black men.
Right.
So she has no. She just a Eunice Rivers 2.0, Tuskegee experiment. That's all she is.
Right.
You know, even though this is she's a well-looking sister, but like I said, she ain't nobody. And you know damn well she ain't come up with the idea of she just a front.
Right.
Just like same thing. Oh, by the way, I sent you that thing earlier. Now they saying that Trump is gonna put Sidney Powell on his special counsel probably. New
Right.
York Times reporting that. New York Times doesn't report anything.
Right.
But notice they label the word conspiracy theories, right?
Right.
Okay, when they start saying conspiracy theories, I said, okay, that's the person I need to watch out for because they always say this word conspiracy theory. We got to get to the word conspiracy theory. Notice that word was developed by the CIA to throw
Right.
off anything that true. So I always look at the conspiracy theorists almost as the truth teller. And if it ain't 100% true, it's 99 or 99. It could be 99% true to about 60% true. It might have some quack stuff in there, but it's some reason they don't want you to get the information.
Right.
Just like this woman that fainted. This woman that fainted, they put up a thing on Facebook and Instagram. This is harmful misinformation, and vaccines are safe. And the woman had a prior condition prior to getting tested. I'm like, oh boy,
Yeah.
here we
Right.
go.
Right.
And they're all this censorship and stuff. They don't want to. They want to censor you on the vaccine. They want to censor you on this. They want to censor you on that, right?
Right.
Then they actually put out an article, and I sent you that earlier today. They saying they want the blacks and the Latinos to get the vaccine first.
Right.
So doesn't that sound like racial profiling to you?
Sounds like racial profiling. Plus, we are the. You know how they have like these new what you call like new makeup and new medicine for people, and they choose certain animals. They choose the whatever they choose, right? But they don't choose other animals to for this stuff to be tested on. We're the animals. We're the beta testers. We're the flunkies for this kind of stuff. So that's one of the reasons why they want us black people to take it, and it's just I don't know why we won't even volunteer to do that. I don't know why, but we ought to know. There's so much information out here, and anybody out there that's thinking about taking the vaccine, you should not do it.
Well, but you know why we do it? Because
Uh,
we're getting
why?
food on optics. Now the other day they came out and said if LeBron or Michael Jordan take it, some people feel comfortable, right?
Right.
If LeBron didn't say he can take the vaccine, did that make you feel any better? No.
It makes it feel worse. I get one of them cool Negroes saying something. It makes it even worse. For me, it does. For
Well,
me.
let's talk about him for a second. What's your take on the LeBron James woke stuff he's been on lately?
This one of my biggest pet peeves, Bernard, as you would know. I don't like the fact that we have these Cardi B's, LeBron James. Who else is out here with this black woke shit? I can't think of nobody else right now, but I don't like the fact that we put trust in them and we think they're actually a leader. They shouldn't be talking. They should just, like the white woman said, shut up and dribble the ball, LeBron. Um, I think we need to. I'm talking about right now. We need to.
Well, let me give you a couple more woke people. Before
Okay.
you get that,
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a couple more woke people. T.I. done got it woke. Um, Jay-Z was getting woke for a while, but he shut up because he took that deal with NFL.
Right.
Kaepernick is woke.
Oh man.
Jamel Hill, she claimed to be woke.
Right.
Carrie Champion, who with her, now she's saying she like white. You know what I realize about a lot of these woke people?
What's that?
They sure they do a lot of interracial stuff, though. If you ever look at that, not all of them, but a lot of them do interracial stuff.
Ginger beer. This is not beer. I don't drink. I just want to let y'all know that ginger beer, Jamaican.
Okay, got you, man. It's all right. But what do you? But I say like Kaepernick and all these guys are woke, right?
Right.
And they don't let you know it's a sneaky thing going on with this woke stuff. It's also got a lot to do. And all these people who are on this woke stuff, guess what they are?
Where you at?
They don't mind homosexuality and they don't mind transgenderism. Every last one of them. Kaepernick was dating a transgender.
Right.
Ron said it's always good for black and trans women to be recognized.
Right.
I ain't even got to go with Dwayne Wade. I ain't even really get with him. He went full blown off the top, right?
We know
But
what. We know
every
what he
one
did.
of them, when Cam Newton and Kaepernick were asked would they have a gay teammate, they the first ones to say, yes, I wouldn't mind it. So who does Kaepernick, who did he spark with Black Lives Matter, right?
That's right.
He sparked them up.
Right.
They were coming, but he gave them more attention.
Right. NFL's
Now you know
Obama.
what? Hmm?
NFL's Obama.
Yeah. Well, he gave Black Lives Matter attention. So a lot of people now have caught on to the game. And the Kaepernick, you weren't really fighting on the behalf of black folks. You was fighting for the trans and the homosexuals. And a lot of them got on this woke, either they homosexual or they feminists, or they homosexual sympathizers at best.
Exactly.
And you know, you remember when the Supreme Court justice died earlier this year?
Yeah, your boy,
No,
RBG. What's her name? I mean, your
oh,
girl. Excuse me. I meant to say boy actually, but yeah, your girl,
small
RB.
hat, small
Yeah.
hat.
Yeah.
Or Jew, whatever you want to call her. Me, she was a piece of garbage.
Right.
I'm pretty glad she passed. Actually, I actually was almost about to do cartwheels when she passed. She was such a daggone. You know, that woman was a abortion rights advocate, and she was a human rights advocate.
Right.
Yeah, she was for that gay stuff.
Right.
So, and then she was Jewish too, right?
Right.
So it fits hand in hand.
Right.
As a matter of fact, over the last 40 years, last 20, 30 years, you got she was Jewish, and them two women that Obama nominated were Jewish.
Right.
So you got a situation where you had the small heads trying to take over the Supreme Court.
Right.
Because all the small heads care about is power.
Right.
And they done centralized themselves on all levels of government, from the presidency to the Senate to the House of Representatives to the movies. Small heads actually are trying to dominate everything. But they tell you they're an oppressed group, don't they?
They do. And they always talk about that one piece of history they always talk about.
And look, like I always say, the Holocaust ain't nothing compared to ours.
Right.
And I don't give a damn whether they like it or not. They probably listening right now. Maybe they want to cut. Look, they even getting in YouTube. They getting in here. I mean,
Right.
that's why they censor so much.
Jugal. Jubuk.
And, but
June.
and I told a guy the other day, when people understand who really running the strings, right?
Right.
And I always say, yeah, and you should get mad at white people, but you need to know who behind them.
Right.
They're following what them what Jews tell them to do.
Jews versus the Gentiles.
Yeah, and now with all proper respect, some of the Gentiles are rising up against the Jews.
Right.
Now, now when we get caught into a game of what they call civil rights, and we were talking about that the other day. So explain your take on civil rights. We talked about that. It was
Well,
very interesting.
history tells us civil rights only benefited the LBGTQ2 up, down, left, right, ABC, whatever the hell the name is, white women, immigrants, anything that's not black. And the civil rights were for who? Just black people. So when we look at today, we look at the whole picture of everything. Civil rights only benefited those people I just mentioned before. So, and the people that were going behind it, now I should say that were creating it, but also the Jews were pushing it. They were behind the scenes, but you had the black face that were pushing it, on TV screaming, and we want our rights. They knew this. They knew they were selling us out. They knew clearly what they were doing by contract, by blueprint, whatever. They knew what they were doing. Hence, here we are today. We don't have any fucking civil rights.
Now, and that's why I always tell people, when you talk to me, you got to talk about. You can't talk to Martin Luther King unless you know what you're talking about. Because I always tell you, the Martin Luther King that they talk about is the one I don't like.
Right.
That's the one that Malcolm X called Uncle Tom, talking about the Sigma Pi Phi and all that. And he was in the fret.
Right.
I got friends I know in frets, and I know people that's in all these
the boule,
these sorority groups,
yeah,
and all this other nonsense.
right.
But I don't worry about your actual sorority. I worry about who at the top of your sorority, because the people at the top of your sorority in these high positions.
Right.
You might join a sorority or fraternity, and you might not know, the whole rifts and ins and outs of who's at the top. Because the top ones in all the levels of government. That's why you can have a snake like what's this scumbag? Kamala Harris.
Okay. Yeah.
And she can say I'm a AKA, right?
Right.
Now you go by the history of the AKAs. Do you ever realize do you know how much colorism was in the AKA mess?
A lot.
Okay. Because the AKAs actually, and you just seen some women that got AKA stuff, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. What's the complexion of most of them AKAs?
Light skinned.
That's right. What's the complexion of most of the deltas?
Dark skinned.
Okay. They had a colorism thing.
Right.
Okay, they had a color thing going on. So they actually had discontent in their own ranks.
Right.
I think with the AKAs, I think if I can remember correctly, because I don't have my notes with me, but I do remember that the AKAs had also a thing of you had to pass a paper bag brown test or something like that.
Right.
That's right. So, and it's a Greek letter organization.
Right.
I tell people, before you join these organizations, you need to know the history behind these organizations. First of all, the word is Greek anyway, right?
Right.
So anything with Greek, I mean, what the Greeks were about. The Greeks were a bunch of homosexuals. I mean, for the most part.
Greek the freak. Greek the freak.
So we just have to be careful when we, like I said, I mean, I done had all types of people that have been around me, but I don't want to join your fraternity and stuff and all that. So it is what it is. But a lot of people don't know that these people in these levels, like which one of these guys? Jesse Jackson's a Mason, and so and so forth.
Oh yeah.
Now, explain your you had an interesting comment when I talked to you on the phone about the way that those black misleaders got talked to on the phone by Joe Biden.
Yeah. So we all know The people are black people that are following suit to Joe Biden are sold out. They're robots, they're coons, they're his lapdogs, they're his animals. So anybody around him should not be trusted at all. I mean, we know that. That's common sense 101. So we need to go to the next step now. So the next step is to, in my opinion, you have to call out the Black Caucus. You have to get rid of them. You have to boycott them. You have to say, if you do not do this, we will not be supporting you at all. This needs to be a nationwide thing black folks need to put together right now as Bernard and I speak. Um, but yeah, they're all compromised. They're all we need to eliminate all these politicians, get them out the seat, and replace them with people with some sense. People that are not ran by the Nazi Zionists. This is why when we talk about Trump, I'm not saying he's good or bad. I'm not getting into that right now. But I will say he is basically tailing his own party. So people that are in contract with the Nazi Zionists, Al Sharpton, the Black Caucus, Joe Biden, all that part of China and all this kind of stuff, you can't do nothing with them. We have to get them out of the seat immediately if you want anything to change. So voting in a system where you have people that are compromised is not going to work. I mean, it's common sense. It's common
Well,
sense.
all right. Good thing you mentioned something about Trump because like I told you, talking to a brother today, he mentioned something that's very interesting. The majority of the military around Trump are special forces.
Right.
People that he had retired generals and stuff that are around him
Right.
that volunteer to work for him. So he got what you call what everybody need. Kind of like almost like a goon squad like.
Right.
So he got military, but he got his own security and everything, and he got the special forces.
Right.
I mean, you saw the report I sent you yesterday when the guy he put into place just told his Biden team, we're not meeting with you no more.
Right.
And now they talking about possibly going to a situation, maybe a martial law.
Right.
Take the military out of it. That's why I said, black women, this man, if this man passes martial law for election interference, you better be careful because you took yourself out there to say
Right.
that. And I think that's why that woman, Ruby Freeman, out there in Georgia,
Right.
she's already came out and said, I'm telling those Stacey Abrams and them, I'm renting it out.
Mm.
Hey, look, because martial law is different. You
Right.
can have what we call military tribunals.
Right.
And it takes your, you're not gonna go to a regular trial. They can try you for treason. And
Facts.
the Justice Department just back hanging in firing squad.
Right. Right.
So would you really want to be one of them people like that? Now I don't know if they would do that for a low level woman who, um, was just trying to do it, was doing a job, but illegal election, she probably go to prison.
Right.
But then again, with the martial law thing, I don't know. It might be more serious repercussions. So you never know what could really happen in that type of situation. But it's also looking more and more like he appointing special counsel, he getting these people in place.
Right.
So, but I always tell people that the people that vote for Trump are not voting for Democrat or Republican. If you
Right.
realize last week, they had the they had the people who were marching with Trump. They were outside of the GOP headquarters in Georgia saying destroy the GOP.
Right.
So they're not Republican or Democrat. They are nationalists and globalists.
Right.
Nazi, which just means National Socialist Party,
Yeah.
and populists who say, I don't want no government intervention. I want the government out of my life. We, the people, want to take the power back.
Right.
Really, that's how it should be, though.
Yeah.
You shouldn't want your life in the hands of politicians.
Especially if they are compromised by the Nazi Zionists. Hell no.
Hey, hold on, bro. Hold on 1 second. Just hold on. Let me answer this call right quick.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Hey, what's going on? Hello? Hey, I'm what's going on? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, what you got going on? You just getting off? You say you just getting off? Yeah, you say you just getting off? All right. Hey, you coming by? All right. Okay. Well, if she up, I'll be on. All right. But this work. All right. You doing some work? Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was saying,
Yeah.
my question was, is that the same woman that had the daughter that was on Instagram showing them basically hiding the balance and all that? Or was that somebody
Yeah.
else? Okay, okay.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
And you
That's
know what
sad.
got me with that? I'm like, look, you was gonna get caught anyway, right?
Yeah,
But just give it away. Just give it away. Just be on Instagram and just give it away.
right.
Easy target.
Very easy.
So I didn't understand why she would do that. But then again, you know what I looked at, man?
What's that?
I looked at it like some of these black women go all out for the Democratic Party.
Go all out. They'll jump over their race just for the DOC, whatever you want to say.
Well, you got to understand, a lot of them are like the woman.
DOC, not DNC. DOC. That's a whole nother. I'm not getting that right now. But
I mean, it's kind of like the Jim Jones experiment when Jim Jones took you down to the river. I mean, to that guy and had you killed and stuff. You know,
right.
it's kind of like that. It's kind of like that kind of instance because
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly
I
what it is.
mean, they vote for their babies to be slayed in abortion clinics. They vote for their babies to go to school with a bunch of freaks,
Yeah.
pedophiles,
Yeah.
and basically child rapists.
Yeah.
Um, because the truth be told, the majority of these white folks who adopt black children are putting them in foster homes and raping and molesting these children.
Right.
As a matter of fact, that's why Africa passed a law in one of those countries to say you can't adopt no our children no more.
Right.
Me personally, as if I was, had a child, I would not let a white person adopt a black child. That's just you want to adopt, you got to be of the same race. You got to be of the same culture.
Well, they wouldn't do that for a black man if he wanted to adopt a little white girl, white boy. He would have to go through more loopholes. It would be a more strenuous process. It's been proven. A guy on YouTube was talking about that and taking the steps and showing it compared to a white woman or a white family trying to adopt a little Haitian boy or African boy, whatever. He was like, he didn't have to. Um, he had to do a lot more shit than they had to do, and we know that. We know that. It's fucking
Yeah.
sad.
Well, we're gonna have to understand that because a lot of people don't understand that. I'm just saying, like, you would have to ask why they adopting children.
Blood, body parts, energy to pervert you. But the key point is energy. When they have that melanin energy around them, they need it by either a negative position or a positive position. So the negative, we know what the negative is, but the positive for them is going to be, oh, okay. And we have to look at this too. We have to look at the ecosystem of humanity. Everybody has their role in humanity. But we know that the Caucasoid, the Caucasians, or white people, whatever you want to say, Europeans, their role in this ecosystem is what? To bloodsuck. They're the mosquito, right? What is black people? We're the what? We're the providers, we're the nurturers, we're the teachers, we're the trees giving breath, we're that, you know what I'm saying? This is why like they could go to Africa. This is why they could come to the Americas that people look, because again, we're the original American Indians. But when they came over here, what do? We invited them in, we showed them how to cultivate the land, we showed them how to, traditions, we showed them everything that we shouldn't have, because we're not hateful, ignorant people. But see, when they came out trying to bloodsuck and take everything, that's what they do. Look at history. I mean, it's not racist, it's not whatever what I'm saying. Look at history and it supports everything I'm saying. They are the mosquitoes. They are the vampires. They are the bloodsuckers.
Well, let me say something. Like you said, you taught them everything, right?
That's right.
It's a scripture in the Bible.
Yeah.
It was a time where Most High Allah, whatever one of you said,
Right.
kill all of them, but left them alive, and that's why you're dealing with what you're dealing with right now.
Right.
Because we already had a chance to kill all of them back then.
Right.
They didn't do what they were supposed to do.
That's yeah.
So now it's basically our job to do it, but we got to kill these people in the mind first. Mind is spiritual warfare.
But here's the
It's
thing.
more of a mental thing now. Because, like I said, the slavery, while it was physical, right?
Right.
This shit mental now. That's why you will have an idiot on the damn show like an Al Sharpton.
Right.
He'll go back on his show and say that wasn't like that and it was misinterpreted with Biden. No, I won't misinterpret nothing. Motherfucker, he said what he said. You got punked and just shut up.
Right.
He let you know that your words are not relevant and you ain't nobody.
Right. That's exactly what he. That's exactly what he pimp slapped him with no powder on the hand. Just no Vaseline. That's basically what Biden did to all these black people that are around and do it every day. And they take it, but they didn't want to tell you and I in this generation or the one next to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. They didn't want to tell you it's not about this. It's not about race. It's not about this. But they've always had a sponsor. They've always had somebody, helping them out. But we gotta be left out in the woods with no sense of direction, no rations, no education, no nothing. Just go out there and be somebody. But they didn't had their whole life written for them, you know. And then they want to tell us go out there and vote, go take a vaccine. If you don't do it, you're gonna fuck up the race. You're gonna kill your family if you don't take a vaccine.
Let's
All
think
these
about it.
stupid.
Go back to that vaccine thing you just said. And you see this week, what they do. The first person they put up in New York was a black woman taking it.
Right.
Okay. Why do you think they wanted to show her take it first?
Well, nothing's like family, nothing's like home. So if the so-called black woman took the vaccine, the other cows and other slaves and animals go, oh, okay, you know what? It's all right. It's like when a dog, you got three dogs, right? You throw a piece of food in the corner, one dog, or all three dogs are looking at it like, I don't know about that piece of food. And one dog sniffs it, he sniffed it. He's like, oh, okay. He starts tasting it, licking it. Oh, it's all right. Other dogs know that it's all right then. They send that signal out to say, okay, to the wolf pack, it's all right. It's all right. So she's leading us off the cliff to our demise. That's what she is, a patsy for our demise.
Well, notice they're saying this year, back in the day, we always was last, right?
Right.
Now they want you to be first to everything.
Right.
Oh, it's health inequality and all that. Oh, health inequality, my ass.
Right.
Down here in Virginia, we got a thing going on. These projects they called Creighton Court,
Okay.
and they've been going through the last couple of years. They had a school in one area, and then they made it townhouses, right?
Right.
So they had a Zoom conference this week talking about demolishing the area, which I already knew they've been trying to demolish in 2013, right?
Right.
But and a lot of people saying some of the places didn't have no heat. So what they were doing was they had 504 units.
Right.
Every time somebody moved out, they just boarded up. So now you're down to 312, right?
Right.
So if you're down to 312 units, now you can say, okay, I'm getting down now. I'm not going to let these people back come in. I'm going to
Right.
destroy it. And they talk about making, new level housing, right?
Right.
What the hell would tell you? Oh, we're gonna do what they call fix this property, right?
Right.
I'm gonna fix it up without you there though. It's a good gentrification move.
That's what I was telling you and other people in my podcast. I talk about the video game. And what I mean by the video game is you have level one, you have level two, you have level three, you have level four, and etc. We still haven't got over level one. Now, what is level one? This is gonna sound harsh, or people not gonna like this. Level one is the enemies and bosses within your own community. So we got to get past that. Level two is what? We like to use this word and term white supremacy and stuff like that. But we have to get past level one so we can have enough power and energy, enough consciousness, if you will, and intelligence to get to level two. So you just mentioned all that, what you're saying, and the gentrification and all that. If people are not aware about their finances, about their ability, about their history, and about how this is their land and legacy and caring and taking care of things, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. And I'm sorry to say, a lot of people in certain demographics or classes, you can't tell them shit. Just like you can't tell the Al Sharptons, you can't tell Ghetto, Tyrone, and Shaniqua shit either. So as I'm saying, like in that circle, that level, we got to get past that mess for the middle of people like you and I with some fucking sense to go out there and prosper and do well for our race. If not, well, we're doomed.
Well, it kind of. I mean, I've been looking around, and I've been like, so I used to live in the city, and
Right, right,
when you go by the areas you used to go to, right?
right,
You see nice apartments.
right,
Most of them, some of them high rises, but not all of them.
right,
Luxury apartments, coffee shops, and stuff, right?
right,
Now, I will say this: some of them are built for like students and stuff, right?
right, 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 right,
I will say I see some black people in there coming in there, right?
right,
But you can tell these ain't the same black people you grew up around.
right,
It's a new breed.
right,
I see some of them white people, some of them with their woman, some of them with um, guys that look effeminate.
right,
Because I'm not saying that nothing wrong with the guy. I mean, some of the people, the black guy having a coffee shop, right?
right,
But he talks about diversity.
right. That's a horrible word. That's not a good
Yeah,
word.
and like I said, I ain't no disrespect to the brother. I kind of, I like the brother. Actually, I go in there and might spend some money in the shop, but I will realize I do some experimentation when I go in there, of course.
Right,
I say experimentation is the science of life.
right.
All right. So, I'm gonna start asking one day, man, why you got white people working in your shop, bro? You know, but it's diversity though. It's diversity, so that's what it is.
Right.
You know, see, let me ask you a question about that word diversity. What do you think about that word? You say it's a hard word.
Diversity means to rid off melanin people, to rid off the black race. That's what diversity means. Now, what they want to tell you what it means in their Webster dictionary, whatever, but diversity, when you do the math on it, it means to kill off black people or so-called black. It means to kill all people with melanin. That's what diversity means, plain and simple. So it is a kill word for the Negroes.
Well, a lot of these companies have what they call diversity training. They say that like a lot of black people will come and say they'll say, well, you don't have enough black people working your campus. Oh yeah, we got to make more diversity positions. Yeah, I give up like 5 jobs, I give you 5 jobs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? If I guarantee you three of them jobs might go to black, and the two of them they might they might be gay.
Right, I agree. But what they do is wholeheartedly now, maybe like in the early 90s, they were doing that, but they're not putting a straight black male in there. They're putting ghetto big fat black Shaniqua in there. They're putting Bed Wench Britain in there, and they're putting um, Billy Porter. You know who Billy Porter is? That's who they're putting them positions right now. That's who's getting it.
Yeah,
So you gay, you're ghetto fat black mammy, you're Bed Wench, or you're Billy Porter. That's who's getting the diversity jobs. Meeting
yeah,
their
and
quota.
that's something.
Meeting their quota. Affirmative,
Well,
and that's affirmative action for you right there.
and you went to American, right?
That's right.
Okay. Did you see diversity at American?
I saw tons.
Go ahead and explain it.
Yeah, so American University is one of the trailblazers for the LBGT thing, the immigration thing, the white women thing, the gay thing, the effeminate black male thing. They are the, if you will, the spear of the flag of that movement, right? And Washington D.C. is a very liberal place, so they practice all these type of movements and all that. And it's also a CIA based and funded campus. If you research this, you'll know what I'm talking about. So all these little programs, they do this test run. They're literally one of the first colleges in this country to have these test runs. Then they basically spread it out to other campuses to make sure it works or how it fits. So when I see diversity on American University or places like that, it really, 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 really put people like me at a disproportionate place. So what I'm saying is, when I try to get money or funding or get treated right or get treated fairly, it's not going to happen. The first thing I'm going to ask you, because I'm asked, are you gay? Well, if you're gay, you can get this funding, or you can get treated like this, or are you an immigrant? Whatever it may be. This is what they're pushing. This is what they need and want. But if you're anything else that supports humanity, because everything else they're doing actually does not support humanity, right? But if you're a person that is for growth and development and not that ignorant, low demonic bullshit like the LBGTQ and all that mess, they're not going to respect you or want you.
Well,
Plain and simple.
um, you know, there's a wonderful lady that I was talking to on Wednesday. I don't know if you saw our program. It was her name was Dr. Carmen Johnson. I don't know if you saw that
I need to see
interview.
it. I haven't seen it. I need to see it.
Okay. It was okay. Well, anyway, we had a long interview, and she's very, very intelligent. She got railroaded by the Obama administration when they had that housing crisis and everything.
Right, right, right.
She was just talking about how you actually, she was working for the NAACP, or helping to refer people credit in the NAACP, and these organizations not help her at all for the most part
Right,
when she got trouble. I mean, well, not in trouble, but they, put her in federal prison
right,
for trying to, stop people from housing getting illegally foreclosed upon.
right.
And she spent time in jail 44 months. So, out of 57-month term, she got out early, but she shouldn't have been in at all, right?
Right,
She said she realized that even when you, a lot of times in these situations, your own people don't help you, right?
right. Facts. Facts.
So at American, it seems like that you didn't have a lot of black people to help you either.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I
So
was trying to
some
get
of these
people.
people were on administrative staff and stuff like that, and they didn't help you at all. So trying to find out where you think we can get that disconnect back, or why do you think they don't?
I think I heard a bit what you're saying, but the connection got kind of janky right there.
Why do you
Um,
think they don't help, or why do you think that you have these people in these positions of power, or positions in administration at these schools, but they don't help when needed to, unless they you fit in to support what they want?
well, the goal is, like you were saying, diversity is to kill off black people. The real black people. When I say the real, I'm talking about people that are heterosexual, that are not perverts, that do not support the killing of their own people and basically offing humanity. So if you're a person that's balanced or in Mayat or you support humanity, they're not for you. They're not for you. And what do you do with these kind of people? You don't do anything with them. You get away with them. You form your own college, because they're not going to be. They're gone. They're gone, Bernard. Like these bed wenches or these and I sent something to you too. This is my opinion. I don't know if this reflects your crowd, but we have to look at these black Afrocentric movies too as the same thing, as a reflection of Black Lives Matter. So what I'm saying is, Black Lives Matter was Garveyites, was Marcus Garvey, was RBG. It was the same thing flipped into something else as what we're doing now. So when I say Marcus Garvey, like a little post I did on my YouTube, is an agent provocateur. When you study who was giving him money, who was giving him these fucking ideas, it was the Jews, right? And these Afrocentric things, they haven't done anything for this community at all. And if they have, please somebody tell me what they done. What have they done besides get each other killed, place these agents in there, right? We can look at the Black Panthers. You had like two good people in there, and the rest of them, let's be real, they were agents. And that's real talk. Y'all can disagree with that or not, but that was nothing but some Black Lives Matter shit too. But we know the Black Lives Matter movement ain't shit because we're smarter, we do more research, we don't fall for the same game. So the American universities, the RBGs, the Marcus Garveys, they're nothing but clowns, agents, Jew lovers, Nazi Zionists. That's all they are. Y'all can get mad, y'all can say this nigga is whatever, but what do they do? You know the answer ain't shit. Not you, but no, I'm saying your crowd. Y'all know. You want to disagree with me? Disagree, but they ain't do shit.
Okay, now let me say something about the now you know now I know Bill Clinton said something at that funeral of John Lewis's.
Okay. Yeah.
Said that John Lewis won, but it looked like Stokely Carmichael was gonna win this thing.
Right.
So basically, he basically saying that we didn't want y'all to have a revolutionary move. We wanted to prop John Lewis up.
That's right. That's
But
right.
Stokely Carmichael was a political, basically a political prisoner after that too, as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he died like I'm not gonna say he died broke, but he had he had some health problems. Then again, he finally died off,
Right.
right? But they you can't put a Stokely Carmichael versus John Lewis for the white race. You rather have a John Lewis
That's right.
who was weak. I mean, look, I'm gonna just say this straight up. You got your head beat in and you went into politics, man.
Right.
You got to be soft to do some shit like that.
Facts.
I mean, any of them civil rights guys that went into politics,
Right.
they were just trying to get a better position.
Right.
They weren't really fighting for the cause of all black people. They were fighting for the cause for a few.
Right.
And then they left the rest of everybody behind.
Right.
Some of them did some good things. I mean, but at the end of the day, now, I mean, all of them backed up by Wall Street. Now you heard of Senator McKinney, haven't you?
Right.
Like Senator McKinney, she fought for Katrina, but it was 42 black caucus members at the time. Why was she the only one fighting?
Yeah, it just goes to tell. I mean, we have to do the math. You might not like the messenger or whatever, but again, when you look at these big programs and stuff that these black people have ran or think they have ran, um, they were a front for white supremacy. Just like the NAACP is a front for what? White supremacy. We all know who founded the NAACP. I know Bernard knows, but to the crowd or anybody that don't know, that was a Jewish funded and founded group. It was. That's not a lie. That is a pure truth. So we got to watch these programs. We got to watch these programs they put on TV and they always want to push and Black Lives Matter and all this kind of mess. It's crazy. And then one for me, I look at the word black. Y'all gonna say this is ignorant. That don't even make no sense. Why would you call yourself black? Your forefathers didn't call themselves black. You don't look black if you understand the colors. Are we colorblind? And then if we look at black, what the definition is, it means death, it means dead, it means slave, it means nothingness. Malcolm X told you that too. So when we look at the lives or the end of the lives of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr., they were pushing about this is our land, this is our birthright, this is who we are. Give us our money back, give us our reparations, because we should be getting our reparations and restoration. But we start calling ourselves or keep calling ourselves African American or black and all this kind of mess, or believe in Black Lives Matter and sign these contracts with these Nazi Zionists, we're not gonna get shit. They're gonna push us off our land. They're gonna put us some camps or something. I don't know, but I'm just saying like y'all got to wake up. Y'all got to wake the fuck up, man. Because this shit is simple math. We ain't. I'm not even talking about no complex shit. This shit y'all should know. Hold up, look. This right here. That's the color black, right? Have you ever seen a person in this country that's part of our lineage, like Bernard and I, this color?
No.
Your eyes are not even black; they're dark brown. So I mean, we're stupid, right? Because we can't even get past level one. we can't get past this. And then I got to be worried about white supremacy and all this other shit. No, get past this level one. Take your first steps. It's like a baby. What they do? They crawl. They get up. Take the first steps. They don't just fucking start flying in the air, do they? Right? Come on, y'all.
Hey, look. Yeah, matter of fact, she just texted me actually.
Who's that?
Um, that lady, Dr. Carmen Johnson,
Oh, okay,
um,
excellent.
telling the truth. The NAACP was started by Jews. And we know that. I be preaching that all the time. So there ain't nothing. I always say that in any
That's right.
program. I said, matter of fact, I was trying to get that book, the Synagogue of Satan, the other day. I was gonna get it for somebody so they could sit there and read it.
Right, right,
Dang,
right.
that damn book out of stock, man. I guess they don't want you to know about the Synagogue of Satan no more and all this stuff. Like I said, I'm not a what they would call aid. I use the Bible as my playbook to navigate through all the nonsense.
That's right. That's right.
Because the
Wasn't your
word,
boy? Wasn't your boy Sammy Davis Jr. part of the synagogue of Satan? I think he was part of them. There's a whole lot of celebrities that are part of that, actually.
well, one time, I don't know you, Obama did something like this.
Yeah.
Texas Longhorns.
Right.
That's that was a memo of Anton LaVey, who
Right.
had the Church of Satan.
Right.
Or you can look at
Your boy Alistair Crawley and all them
them
weird.
guys.
Yeah.
But also Jay-Z had a shirt on that "Do What Thou Wilt" one time.
That's right.
So we got to understand a lot of these guys are Satan worshipers, Baphomet worshipers.
Right.
Like I said, they might have some good music, but you got to know when what they doing. I mean, even I know how you feel about Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. I know how you feel about them, but I did watch that video that she had this summer. I had a girlfriend I knew that had told me to look at it. Right?
You talking about which video? The WAP?
Yeah. And it started off with there's some hoes in his house, right?
Right.
And when I looked at the imagery in the video with the snakes and all the stuff in the video,
that's right.
Like, yo, they showing you they devil worship like hell in this damn video. Right. They were really getting it in.
Right.
They ain't even had it. And I'm looking at her like, do you see what these people do in this video?
Right.
But you got to get out of the imagery.
Right.
And well, she said Sammy Davis was, so okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of his, and I, read his books and stuff, and then I found that out, and I was like, damn, but what is it? It is what it is.
Yeah, well, like I said, it is what it is. Truth telling is truth telling, brother. I mean, hey,
right.
I don't worry about it. I mean, a lot of people take the emotional side of it. So I'm not really telling you to, is what I say. People always say, oh, you hate speech or whatever. No, I'm not about no hate. I'm about truth telling facts, bro.
That's right.
Well, I mean, we got to distinguish that truth because, and as a matter of fact, this woman, Carmen Johnson, you should interview her. She's got a very interesting story. Definitely. It kind of touched a lot of people, actually. I gotta thank the judge for hooking up on that. Yeah, she's an inspiration to a lot of people. But
well, yeah, if she wants or allows for you to give me her contact information so we can set up the interview, I'll definitely would like to do that.
Okay, I mean, yeah, she might, she. I mean, I think she's been zooming in, so.
Okay. Oh, she's looking at, she's watching. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, hey man, it is what it is.
Well, much respect to you.
I mean, it is what it is, man. People, like I said, you got people in shit. I mean, like I said, I just gotta thank Brother Ron for introducing you, because, like I said, I tried at this time. Like I told people, say you need to do some soul search, and I said no. we gotta heighten these goddamn contradictions right now.
Right, exactly.
I said, look, my thing is, and this like I was talking to a brother. He said, "How strong is your love with God you preach it?"
Right,
Because you don't let these people shut your church down if that's what you believe.
right, exactly.
And I told people in April, hey man, these people get this COVID thing. They trying to come up with a vaccine. What did they come up with at the end of the year? A vaccine. But you had to know what's going on because when I looked at the Congress bill, January 24th, 2019, that stimulus package was already in play.
Right,
It was already drafted. All you gotta do is Google CARES Act, January 24th, 2019. It's right there. So I don't call it a pandemic. I call it a pandemic.
right.
And like I say, those numbers that they put out there, don't believe them numbers. How you telling me? Like they said, 9,000 people died last week in Georgia. I'm like, okay. Now, when I know Georgia is one of the, now check this out. Now I'm gonna throw something at you, curveball here. Georgia is one of the AIDS capitals of the world.
Facts.
So shoot, they daggone. I don't believe them people. Them people probably died of AIDS or something. Man, they probably, you know.
Or they killed them off because it's a lot of these little secret groups down there doing some mischievous things. And there's been reports of it. It just ain't me, spitting conspiracies here. There's these little, if you will, black ops groups doing these dry runs, if you will,
She
in
says,
certain parts of Georgia.
what should we call ourselves? She says she's an indigenous woman.
That's what I call myself too. I don't call myself African American or black, but I do say I'm an indigenous American. And yeah, we are the indigenous Indians of America, people that look like us. They're not the Siberian people that came from the Bering Strait of Strat over from where Siberia. So we know that they're Johnny come latelys. They're $5 Indians. They're the fake Indians. So we know that. All of our
What's so crazy?
what's that?
I, if I would have planned this out better,
Yeah.
I would have brought her on our conversation because she hitting all the check marks.
Dang, yeah, that'd been good. That'd been good.
I mean, because she could have came right in the chat
Right.
and explained some of her grievances.
I
Hey,
got
sorry,
I got
we,
somebody want to come on your thing now live here, but that's up to you, Bernard. I'm not going. This is your show, so I'm not
who is
going.
it?
It's this dude on that I got. He contacted me from We All Be, name his name is Robert. He said he want to come on here.
Right
That's
now?
up. Yeah, that's up to you.
Yeah, you can bring him on.
All right, let me.
I should bring her on. Actually,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you bring, yeah, yeah. If y'all, yeah, yeah.
okay, you gotta send him a link because I don't know how to get him in.
Okay, hold on. Let me 1 second here.
I don't know how to get him in.
Let me copy this thing here. If it allow me to do it. Let me go on my internet because this thing be acting crazy sometimes. I don't know why. He be acting no fool. Let me see. Copy. All right, let's go here. All right, I sent it to him, so see what he does. But yeah, I mean, a lot of these celebrities when I look at there, because I'm an audio engineer, so and I'm a musician myself, so the celebrity thing is I like, it's one of the things I favor to when I look at stories and coming how or basically researching how they got where they're at, where they came from, all this kind of stuff. And when I look at the backgrounds, there's always this funny thing where it's like they know somebody or they meet somebody and they have to do some type of, I don't want to say ritual or sacrifice, but it's like they have to do a bonding segment. And what I mean by that is they either got to join a group, they either got to do some type of act, whatever this act may be, or they have to, a lot of, black folks, what they got to do is denounce us. So what I'm saying is they have to push these over sexualized images. They have to, be a coon, be a sellout, um, and just not have no type of backbone, just have no type of accountability. And I've always noticed that about certain people. Now, the ones that did have, accountability and stuff like that, usually they died very early in their career, is what I noticed. But these black celebrities that lasted very long in the career, whatever, they always were going left to right. One day they're saying this, one day he's saying that, one day they're saying something very provocative and cool. Then the next day they're apologizing. They're always doing a snake thing. And that's real shit. I
I
could talk
sent
about.
I sent you her information in your
Okay.
phone.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
they do a lot of apologizing, and it is what it is. But she said yes, we was here first.
That's right.
Yeah. So my thing is, and I always say this, you know, this is our planet. If you don't like it, you can get the hell off the goddamn thing.
Right. Right.
So I always had a, I always I had a dream about 5 years ago, man. It was kind of funny. And I said, man, I wish I could round off every white and Jewish person, sit them on a spaceship and send them to Mars. Hell out of here, man.
Well, what's
And
crazy about the Mars thing? And this is what I think, because I used to listen to a lot of Dr. Dilbert Blair and people like that, and Dr. Phil Valentine. So, and then if just common sense, they talk about how they've taken, sperm and eggs to this planet, trying to, birth people there. And I believe, well, I'm not gonna say wholeheartedly, but I do believe they have some little empire up there, because Mars is one of the places they need to get to for their survival rate. So they've taken a lot of white, if you will, European eggs and sperm up there. And if something goes haywire here, they have a secondary place to go to. And I believe it's already been established.
right, you don't hear Trump and Pence sometimes talking about that space force.
Boom. There you go. There you go. There you go.
And they just commemorated the other day. They were talking about the year anniversary of the space force. I think it was just yesterday.
Exactly. What do you call it? It was something was it called the gladiator? Not gladiator. It was called something he called it. I can't remember. Let me see if I can find it. I don't remember. I should have saved it. But yeah, it's interesting. But people got to realize we got to have our contingency plan too. We live day by day. We got to live, you know, I would say every 100 years we got to think what we gonna do down the line. But we so quick just to do something now and don't think about the consequences or positives or negatives of it. We just live life. There's no type of thinking. Should I do this? Should I stop? Should I be strategic? You know what I mean? It's always just boom, 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 boom. And yes, society does push us and support to do that, but we got to know as human beings, we have a choice to slow down because we live way too fast.
You're right about that. Sometimes we do live fast.
Yeah,
Um, but like you said, we love to watch I was thinking today, sometimes you gotta go through a detox. And I was looking at, when I drive up the street and I come home, I said, so do people really believe in COVID or not? I see the stores packed. I see people at the Popeyes and the Chick-fil-A and the Krispy Kreme donuts and stuff, right?
yeah, yeah,
If everything is this packed, right?
right.
Do you really believe? Because you can't believe what you're selling if you this packed. Because I thought you were supposed to be at home social distance. That's what you told me, but I know it's bullshit. But
They believe it.
I want to say, and I got to ask you a question. We're in that time of year, right? 25th is Friday.
Right.
Why do you think people still talking about this Santa Claus bullshit? Don't they understand Santa Claus means Satan, man?
Well, Santa Claus, Popeyes, and all these kind of places are drugs. It is cocaine, it is crack, it is methamphetamines for the average human being, white, black, green, or whatever. So, this is I was saying like, yeah, they still believe, in this COVID thing, but they got to get their crack and cocaine fix by any means necessary. They need that Popeyes. They need that KFC. They need to spend $100 or $200 in Walmart on nothing. That is a fix. That is a drug habit for a lot of people right there. So you could say the whole world's burning. I guarantee you, somebody going to a Popeyes and breaking in and getting us some goddamn, 5 piece. I guarantee you.
Well,
It's a drug. It's a drug.
I was doing some work today, and I had it was kind of chilly outside. So I had a ski mask on, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day, a ski mask looked kind of scary, didn't it?
Think you gonna rob something.
Yeah, but you go to the store now, ain't nobody gonna say nothing.
Right, right, right.
Everybody used to wear masks and stuff, right? So it's kind of weird, right?
Right.
But we have to we have to understand that it's a lot of actors being played and stuff. Now this I'm telling you, this week the NBA starts back on Tuesday, right?
Shit. I don't know, Bernard. I don't even
I'm,
care.
I'm just letting you know.
Right, right,
You can win, right?
right, right,
Okay. But I'm looking to start seeing, and I might even watch a game or two. I want to see something. I got to do an experiment here.
right,
I want to see if they put out a commercial about vaccines by these players on their game.
right,
See, that's what I want to see if they're going to do it.
right.
I got a feeling they might try it. Guy, I got a question in the chat. Have you guys seen the short Popeyes clip where the black gay dude comes in the door and starts singing he has his Popeyes?
He said, "I got my Popeyes." Yes, I see. I seen that, Donald. Yeah, that coon shit. I seen it. It's sad. It's sad. It's a drug. It's sad. It's real sad. Matter of
But
fact, I think that guy got on some show, or whatever, and he became popular because he makes white people comfortable. He's a good, court jester and a good coon for him. So they give you little accolades when you disrespect yourself. But if you're out here talking like us, you don't get nothing. You get banned. Get censored, shadow banned.
well, let me say something else. There's been a lot of thing now where they're fact checking you if you put anything like that nurse they said had COVID.
Right.
They put up a thing talking about she had a previous no she had a previous the one that got the vaccine. They said she had a previous condition. I'm like, no, y'all just don't want people to get their news out there. They
Right.
just want to pass out.
Right.
Then they had that other one where they did a fake needle where they actually got caught.
Right. I saw it. Yeah.
I'm like, does anybody realize the game going on here?
I what's sad though. I think, and maybe I can't say this because y'all will need to correct me if I'm wrong on this, but it looks like a certain generation is going to take it, and a certain generation is not going to take it. So the civil rights crowd are like, you know what? I'm going to take the vaccine. But then people like us are like, well, we ain't taking it, but people like in our age group are kind of like iffy about it, like, well, what, this ain't making sense. But we know, Bernard and I, many other people, we know some bullshit. But I've noticed, like with the civil rights group or the older black group, if you will, I think you call them the baby boomers. Is that what they call them?
Well, you know what's so weird about this though, Coolicc though?
What's that?
Some of these baby boomers were alive
Right.
doing that Tuskegee experiment.
Facts. They were.
How you gonna fall for this game?
Right.
This is a stupid game to get into.
Right.
So I know the game. They say hindsight is 2020. 2020 means your eyes open. You go to the doctor. I scratched my cornea this year, but once I, got my sight back out of the corner, which is like 2 days, you see
Right.
everything clearly, right?
Right.
Hindsight is 2020.
Right.
But history, if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it.
Right.
We're going the same thing. The black nurse I told you about, Kisneezy Corbett, or the woman taking the vaccine in New York.
Right.
It's the same run.
Right.
It's the same run. I mean, it's the same game. And me, you, Ron, and everybody, Gavin, young sister, Lauren, that I showed you, Dana, we get the game. Even Dr. Carmen Johnson, she's listening, she gets the game.
Right.
A lot of people, I'm sure the brother Donald Washington in the chat, he gets the game of what's going on with the COVID. And Donald, if you're still in the chat, you can answer that question if you want to. But a lot of people understand the jig is up, man. Look, man. For every time somebody try to do stuff like this, right?
Right.
You always have a great awakening. I'm gonna even take it to some of the some white guys here, like what's that white boy name? Alex Jones,
Alex
right?
Jones. Yeah. Infowars.
Where they call him Ban.video, right?
Okay.
Well, you got to understand something. Why you think they ban Al Jones? He be putting stuff out there. You know, they don't. Anybody that's gonna say anything that's gonna be contrary to narrative now is gonna be blocked, shadow banned, or banned.
Right.
They have to do it. You can't have this truth just keep coming out there.
But here's my question. People like, because I started looking at, I don't want to use this word, but I'm using it. I started looking at the Illuminati stuff in 2007 and 2008. People like David Icke and Alex Jones and one guy I can't remember right now. But I always thought, once I started getting more into it, are these people double agents? What I mean is, are they compromised people that are going to put out a little information, but also keep you in a certain circle to not know too much, or give you falsified information? I always wonder that, because when you study Alex Jones and his course of history, his career, it's some funny shit going on there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying that but they don't want you to see.
Yeah.
Like I give you an example. Like you saw Barr, Barr, they say resigned, right?
Right. Right.
But 4 days before Barr resigned, I already knew because I didn't get him from Al Jones. Al Jones got a guy to come on named Dr. Steve Pachinik.
Right.
And Dr. Steve Pachinik is like special forces military operative.
Right.
So
Right, Sean. Yeah, right, yeah. Alex Jones does have CI
yeah,
intelligence ties. Yeah, yeah.
but he has a guy named Dr. Steve Pachinik come on there, and Steve Pachinik broke down that. So I already knew that Barr was gonna be gone, and I knew a lot of people gone because this guy came on board. So I didn't get the information out of Jones. I got it from the guest that came on there. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So because he actually said it, Al Jones even said it, that I got this information from the White House.
Right.
So when he said that information, I know that he has information that's inside. So I
Right.
know you got the information inside. I was just waiting to see if Bob was gonna be gone, and by Monday he was gone.
Right.
So what I'm saying, he will give you that information from the inside.
Right.
One thing about it, I don't have to watch news because I can get the information from the inside and go look at sites.
Right.
Everything that's going on, like the Pentagon transition team, I already knew that was happening. They had already said it.
Right.
A lot of stuff. Look, when the news media gives you an article, it's all beat up, and you baking a cake or something. It's already been reported.
Right.
It's already been reported. Probably 5 to 10 days, probably maybe a month in advance.
Yeah.
But they just wait to bring the story out, and they're not gonna bring it out the whole story.
Yeah.
They don't do that. Like even with Black Lives Matter, right? They might tell you they do, but they won't tell you about the real people that was out there fighting in Ferguson versus the imposters.
Right.
They never talk about Darren Seals and DeAndre Joshua and these guys. They always talk about the imposters.
Right.
The D. Ray McKesson. I know you heard of D. Ray McKesson.
Yeah, I heard that fool.
He's a millionaire too. The Brittany Package, the Brittany Farrells, the Alexis Templetons. They married each other, by the way. The Alicia Gaza and those three. But if you realize Black Lives Matter raised $10.6 million in the last, I want to say, 6 months.
Right.
So the activists are saying, wait a minute, where's our money?
Right.
Oh, y'all were just using y'all anyway. We don't need y'all for real. Y'all ain't getting no money. Hey man, they say suckers born every day.
That's right. And that's what I'm saying. What have these so-called black programs done for us? That's what I'm saying. We got to be careful with that stuff. We got to be careful with it. That's why I made this statement about Marcus Garvey and all that. That dude, I'm saying is I'm gonna piss off a lot of people. Marcus Garvey was a clown, was a fool, was an agent. I'm saying that, and that was a big start of what we're seeing nowadays. What what they say, my apologies. Let me give you all greetings to the panel. Yeah, much respect, Sean. But yeah, I mean, we got to look at the origin of this mess. So that's why I keep saying Marcus Garvey and stuff like that. If we knew to cut off those type of games that he was trying to pull, or what him and them Jewish ties were trying to pull, we'd be in a better state. This is why when I hear people like I ain't gonna mention the dude's name, but people that say they're the descendants of the guy and all this kind of stuff, it's some clown shit. It's some clown shit, and that's
You
another
talking about
cop thing. Who?
Johnson?
Yeah, that that guy. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that guy. And I'm gonna piss off a lot of people, whatever. But that stuff is not for us. It is not. And I could ask, what has he done?
I get the game, and I believe if someone split on who would take the vaccination, most that I talk to you say no. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they're reporting it so hard right now because they know that the majority of people are not taking.
So what's their next step then? Come down your door and force you, or is it, oh, you got us? We've tried to play you again, or what's their next step if that's the case?
I think they're gonna try to get authoritarian and try to fire you off your job and stuff.
Okay. Okay.
That's probably what the next move is. They
Right.
probably. I mean, they putting it out there, but unfortunately, General Motors and Ford and these car companies said they're not gonna do that. So if they say they're not gonna do it, then your job should say yeah and do it. That's why I say I don't understand these healthcare workers down here, right here in Virginia, MCV, one of the biggest hospitals down here. They saying,
Yeah.
well, we started to roll out our vaccine trial. I'm like, I care less. I mean, I know doctors and nurses that tell you they don't need to take vaccination. They don't take a vaccine, flu shot, anything.
Right. Yeah, I know a doctor. Yeah, that won't take any of that stuff. I mean, some of this like the flu stuff he has to, whatever that means, but there's some of that stuff he will not at all take. Yeah, I've heard this rhetoric, but it's just we got to wake up. The information is right there in front of our face about a lot of stuff. I mean, if you don't listen, well, you don't listen. But we got to get over the thing where if the messenger don't look a certain way, or if we don't like the messenger, we can't hear it. I ain't told you this, but it's if the clan right now, I'm talking about the clan, the real clan, told me the secret of life, and I knew it was the truth. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna listen to it. Just because I don't like so and so or how so and so looks, and they telling me what's the correct answer, I'm gonna listen to it. Just because Beyonce or Cardi B or Megan Thee Stallion don't tell you how to do it, you know what I'm saying? What if I say it is correct? Well, it's not heard, but they go on there. Like if Bernard had Beyonce on his show right now and told y'all not to take the vaccine, a lot of people will not take it. That's real talk.
Yeah, you know something I fear though?
What's that?
Beyonce like one of the clowns they actually try to get the remote to take it.
I can see that. I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah. I mean, anytime Maxine Waters gives Megan Thee Stallion and tell her you're a great woman, I'm like, oh God. Or Breonna Taylor's mom giving Cardi B an award for being Woman of the Year. Now, me and you both agree Cardi B should not be Woman of the Year, right?
She should be woman of the demonic planet. That's what she should. Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
she dressed up in a devil's outfit too one time.
Yeah, I seen it.
You saw it.
I seen it.
And I had a girl say, oh, that's just Halloween. No, no, no. Well, matter of fact, yeah, it could be a Halloween costume. Why are you celebrating Halloween then?
Yeah.
I mean, shoot, I thought a mask was good enough for a costume. You're wearing a mask all damn year, right? Shit.
But they wear a costume every day. That I see some of them, what I'm talking about, that hair on, that ain't theirs. That's they dressing up Halloween every day. So I don't. I mean, that's a whole sector of people or women that are just the downfall of humanity. That's evil. That's Jezebel. That's demonic. We got to get rid of that shit. We got to stop giving it attention. The reason why I talk about it is affecting this community or affecting the world. That's why I talk about it. But today we don't have to talk about that shit no more. We can just get rid of it.
This brother Sean is in the chat. He
Yeah.
was telling about the women buying eyelashes and stuff like that from a Dollar General or something, or it's a dollar store
Right, right, right.
in South Carolina or whatever. So yeah, he's a great man, but he was just telling me about it. And he said sometimes the frustrations, make him wanna I wanna say just spaz out from people because let the people who are talking the same language he's talking, and I understand him.
Well, not everybody, as we know. I don't want to say this saying because I hate that ain't everybody skin folk. I hate that saying. But what I want to update because I was telling you. Oh, I sent you that cloning stuff too. Not everybody comes from
No,
a
I didn't
womb.
get it. Send it
You didn't
back.
get it. Okay,
No.
I sent it to your email. All right, I'll send it again. Not everybody comes out of a womb, and that's real talk. Some people are made in these laboratories. You got to understand that. So when you're trying to get to certain people, they don't have the certain I don't want to get all tech. They don't have the certain experience you have. So when you're talking all this consciousness or basic common sense, you're not even talking to a real person. So you see these women or men out here that are dressed and funding the Nazi Zionists and buying all these Jordans and weave and stuff like that, and knowing that it's not good for them in the community, just do a background check on them. A lot of these people are test tube babies too. Let's and a lot of these celebrities out here were test tube babies too. I can name some names. So we're not really dealing with actual real people that came out of womb and all, the real process of how it is to be a human. So making sense with somebody like that, that's impossible. You're
Okay.
talking, what'd you say?
I just got an article. Healthcare worker in intensive care
Yeah,
with severe reaction after provides a COVID vaccine.
right,
Now, let's say something that Trump said here.
yeah,
Didn't he say it's available to those who want it?
right,
That's to me. That's almost like a get out of jail free card. But I guess some people didn't take the memo because you tell
right,
me, oh, hey, this is voluntary. That means I'm not volunteering.
right.
You say mandate, I just got to get an exemption form, or I just died. You know something that Kanye West said that was actually true, man.
What do you say?
He said slavery was a choice because you could
That's
always
right.
die.
That's right.
A lot of people didn't agree with it, but Kanye was right about that.
But you know why they didn't agree with it though?
I don't know why, because he couldn't make it no more plain.
They didn't like the messenger. And when black folks don't like the messenger, you could be telling them the best thing in the world. They don't like it. They can't hear it. That's one of our biggest downfalls in this community. I don't care who he's married to. I don't care about this. I don't care about how he's dressing. He said some real shit.
I had a friend of mine tell me about Kanye took the award from Taylor Swift. You remember that?
Yeah,
And they were saying that was disrespectful. I said, well, look, to me, hey, he just said she ain't deserve it. So what it is, what it is.
right,
Don't criticize, man. He also said George Bush don't like black people.
right.
Hey, y'all liked him then, though.
Yeah, yeah, but that's a whole nother. That's a whole.
The
That's
media tell you who to hate, who to
right,
love,
right,
who's great,
right,
everything. But I don't. If you go through the game, like they'll tell you Tyler Perry, right?
right,
Gave out 5,000 turkeys for Thanksgiving.
right. Like he's like that's doing something. But right, right,
Okay, that's a 1 day thing.
right.
Tell you something, Tyler Perry is one of the biggest sellouts we got.
Facts.
And any man that dressed in a dress, you know, I was talking to a friend of mine one day, and he said, you know what, any man dressed in a dress, we need to grab him, set the dress on fire, and tell him, you better take this damn dress off right now.
Well, let's
So
let's look at let's look at this, Bernard. Let's look at this. Why do women like that shit? In particular, black women. Subconsciously and consciously, he's making fun of black women or a certain
yeah.
group. But think about it. He's saying y'all are masculine. He's saying y'all look like this. You're fat. You're loud. You're angry. You know what I'm saying? You're disorganized. That's what he's saying. When he puts on that Medea thing and that dress, that's what he's saying. And he told y'all on one of them shows, I'm dressing as my aunts of what I seen how certain black women look. He told y'all that. And y'all laughed and clapped, and y'all still put money in his pocket. But if I
Well,
sit here and say certain things and facts is an issue, but
well, I know one thing.
he's clowning them every 5 seconds, and he gets a pass. It's amazing.
Well, I know one thing, bro. Some of these black women I done met this year. Oh, he said a turkey was about 4 days worth of meals. Okay.
I hear you. I'm just saying like he could do. You know, I could get a grant and have a turkey run for a certain city or whatever. You know, so I'm saying Tyler Perry is rich. He could set up shop of giving small business loans to certain black groups of people. That would be doing something. But you know, I could do a turkey run. Is what I'm saying. But I got you. I got you, Sean. I'm not debating that. I just
Man, yeah,
he
it's
could do
all good.
more. Yeah, yeah.
No, it's all good, man. I mean, I know what he's trying to say, but I look at it like this: we can't deal with these type of idiots that we've been dealing with, like dealing with Tyler Perry, because Tyler Perry is a walking billboard for the homosexuals. That's
Facts.
what.
Facts.
So I mean, because he got that Tyler Perry Studios, I ain't worried about the studio. I'm worried about what he putting out the studio.
Facts. And then you look at his shows even nowadays. There's a show. What's that show called? It's anyway, it's an interesting show because he has this there's a lot of gay shit going on in it, but it's an interesting show that's based off in Washington D.C. and it's a political show too, but it's a drama. But he still does a lot of the LBGTQ shit, but he does add some little secret things in there about current events or past events that are interesting if you know the know. And what is that fucking show called? Hold on, I got to figure this out because I want you to check this show out. But I mean, yeah, it's a lot of weirdo shit in it, but it's let's see, let me see here. No, that ain't it. Let's see. Okay, it's called Tyler Perry's The Oval. Have you ever heard of that?
I heard the name, but I haven't looked at it.
It's a lot of fuckery in it, but if you can get past all that, it's some secret shit. You know, he does add in there that's interesting. So if you get a chance, watch it. But yeah, but he does put out a lot of clown shit. It's very disrespectful. You know, he shouldn't even be um as popular as he is. But you know, guess who made him popular?
We did.
Right, right,
Um, I remember the first time I went to the movies with this. I was with this lady named Toya.
yeah.
And we went to the movies. I think it's the first time I saw a Tyler Perry movie. I said, I was in the movie. I almost fell asleep. I said, look, I said, what am I watching?
You're right, right,
On
right,
a good time and stuff. I said, no, man, I can't do this. I'm sorry, man. It just, and I mean, I didn't even know as much as I know now, but I mean, it just something just turned me off when I see a man in a dress, man. It just did turn me off. I mean, it's not natural to see that.
right.
So, I mean, I didn't even like when I was at school and we had one guy that was like in the classroom and stuff.
Yeah,
I think he's a male prostitute now, but
right, right.
that shit bothered me then, because I always used to ask women, why y'all letting men talk to y'all? Like, like I had a girl I used to date, and she used to have a gay friend. I told her, look, I can't really deal with you if this guy can't come around me like that
Right,
because he can't come around me parading like that because I'm gonna get pissed off.
right.
And really, he's trying to copy you. He's trying to be you.
Facts. Or replace her.
Yeah.
This
Because
is
I
why they
said, really, tell you the truth, he hanging with you. You say he's not interested, but he could be trying to zoom in on me,
right.
and that will not go down. And
That's why they pushing that trans thing so hard. You know that
the
that's
worst
that's
part
that's
about a lot of those, and then she also had children.
right,
So, I mean, let's face it. I mean, a lot of these guys are not just homosexual; they also go after children too.
right,
Not all of them, but a lot of them do.
right. That's true. That's true.
So, I mean, because if you're unnatural in one way, you can be unnatural in another too.
Right.
So, we just have to always heighten those contradictions with those people um, that you're talking about, like the trannies and these, because I mean, look, it's sick in the head, man.
And I got that text you sent me about that, the boxer and all that. Yeah, I just it's
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the boxer.
Right, 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 right.
Yeah, that was his preference. He letting. Hey, look, I'm gonna be dead on with you. At least he letting you know who
Right.
he is.
Right.
I don't even care really. If you don't. I don't want you to be down low because I need to know. I need to see you.
Right.
I need to know what you're doing.
Right.
That way, I know not to buy nothing that you represent for the
Well,
most part.
we shouldn't be buying anything. I mean, again, like I'm in, I'm a boxer. I watch mixed martial arts. I do all that kind of stuff. But we shouldn't be buying no more Jordans and jerseys and LeBron James. We shouldn't be buying no more footballs from Dick's Sporting Goods or Walmart. We shouldn't be touching any of that shit. There should be a massive boycott. Negroes should be doing. But guess how hard it's gonna be for Negroes to stop buying them footballs and jerseys. Guess how hard it's gonna be. They'll kill people over that shit.
The
Yeah,
guy
yeah,
said that died. He was a homosexual for a long time.
yeah, yeah. But Little Richard, at least he was speaking facts and had a backbone. Yeah, he had that lifestyle, but he was spitting facts and he was talented. A lot of these gay people out here, like Billy Porter. Have you heard Billy Porter sing and heard his music? He's not talented. He's a fucking annoying fly that's just in the way. Talking about LGBTQ2. I mean, he's a nothing.
With a red, black, and green flag.
He said, "What
Or
about
red,
it?"
black, and green dress.
I can't hear you.
With a red, black, and green dress.
Right.
Or yeah, whatever he tried to do. So
Yeah. And
yeah, he's
he's
on the Walk of Fame, but he has no talent.
no talent at all. Can't sing. He's a fucking clown. But if you say that, he's gonna say, "Oh, you're saying it because I'm LBG." No, you're a clown. You're not talented. You're a monkey. That's what you are. You're white people's pet. That's what you are, Billy Porter. You're in the way. You're a disgrace to black folks. You make us look, not make us, but you look stupid as fuck. How
So
you
let me
doing?
ask you a question. I'm gonna flip this back.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have respect for Dwayne Wade, but not so much anymore.
No, man, fuck you.
So when you saw that, I know you weren't surprised, but you probably was like, wow, not the children, man.
Well, remember that thing Lil Boosie was talking about, and then he went on the Mike Tyson thing, and this is what I want to talk. Mike Tyson show his podcast, and then Mike Tyson was like, kind of getting buck on him, and kind of, if you will, bullying Lil Boosie. I'm not saying he's bullying, but he was getting buck on him, and I was like, Mike, why did you bring this up? And what Boosie said was correct. He's too young to get that surgery done, or have the mindset to what he think he is, or whatever, because he's not even developed yet in his brain yet. But the parents who are, the guardians and basically are beyond age should know that this is a little boy, a little child. They don't know what the fuck they are. And they placating him like he's a girl. So when Lil Boosie said, "Oh, he should get the surgery or whatever," he was correct. And then Mike Tyson with his dumb ass, because he's a fucking idiot at the end of the day. If you study his lifestyle, go on his podcast and say that stupid shit he was saying. It was like, what? So, D Wade is another person we definitely got to boycott immediately too. I don't know why Negroes supported the Cam Newtons, LeBron James. I put all these animals in the same pit. They're the same thing.
Well, I know why they support LeBron James because LeBron James give you the appearance of like he really doing something. He just talking crap.
No, he is he's just one big buck that he used to hang up upside down them nigger breaking farms and fuck on the ass and then come out and he'll drop beneath his white daddy. That's all he is. That's all he is at the end of the day. But y'all don't want to admit that. Y'all don't want
Um,
to admit it. Not you, but I mean, yeah, I don't.
that's all good, man. I ain't gonna worry about it. But yeah, we just have to rehide the contradictions. And every time you come on, I've been on your show. We do heighten the contradictions because a lot of people got to get this information because they're not gonna get it from there. They're not gonna get it from their mom. They're not gonna get it from the well, they might. Some of them might, but they're not gonna get it from their mom, the dad, or their maybe their college roommate or whatever the hell it might be.
Right.
Because this information is not, it's gonna be talked about, but it's not gonna be talked about. So when I guess when they say they rewrite the history, right?
Right.
I mean, to somebody, we're gonna be the history. And the lady, Dr. Carmen Johnson, she's got a historical context, and if you read her information, you understand what I'm talking about.
Gotcha.
She contact her and get on your show. I'll surely watch that.
Yeah.
Um, you know, try to zoom through life. But I mean, you realize now that everything is getting open, man. You just want to just say like, okay, I got to get myself together and figure out how we're gonna navigate through this thing because we got a lot of scared Negroes right now. Like I said, the good thing is they say only 14%
Right.
of black people would take a vaccine. But really, to tell you the truth, bro, to side, that's still too many.
Exactly.
Should be like none, but not gonna be that far.
But you know why they're scared though? Because their ability to make money, to hide behind a curtain, and the ability to be on stage for cooning, for disrespect, and not being loyal is being challenged. And basically that role is going to be eliminated. So they see people like us now. It's time to speak your mind, be a man, be a real female, be a good human being, as opposed to being a clown and a snake, like the Black Caucus and all them kind of people. Their time is up. So that's why they're scared. That's why they're scared.
Guy said many rappers are homosexual. A good example are Young Thug, Baby, and Lil Wayne.
Yeah. But I do listen to Wayne, some of Wayne's music. But yeah, I don't like them other people. Yeah, but, I agree. Exactly.
That's right.
Real
I,
walkie talkie. Well, we'll
well,
say this. We'll say a majority of this rap industry is of that culture. We'll say a majority. And when I say majority, I'll say about 82%.
well,
Probably more. But
yeah, man. Like I said, one of these days we're gonna have to, the same thing we talk about. We're gonna have to have this thing. We gotta have another round table with Ron and then we gotta have a round table with some sisters in the chat because I sometimes like to have them to, you know, they gotta some of them gotta heighten the contradictions too. And
yeah, well, hey, I'm down. I'm gonna be respectful and all that kind of stuff. But the minute I start hearing that mess, I'm gonna do Pineal, man. I ain't gonna hear no mess now. I ain't gonna hear no mess.
it's all right, man.
I ain't gonna hear that mess, man.
I said the truth gotta be told, it cannot be sold.
That's right. Chotch.
So, but yeah, give us your contact information. People can look
Yeah.
you up.
My YouTube channel, y'all, is Pineal Coolicc. If y'all want to contact me directly, go to my email. It's Coolicc 314 at gmail.com. My Twitter and Instagram is Coolicc also. My Cash App, y'all see on the screen right here, is Run That Ball, like the Negroes run that ball for the white people. And yeah, y'all again, Bernard, thanks for having me on here. I'll contact you soon to get me on mine because we got to talk about the Cardi B thing and the mother of Breonna Taylor giving her that award and all that kind of stuff. Um, and
Yeah,
months,
give me a prelude right quick to that.
huh?
Give me a prelude of what you think about that right quick.
I can't. It's too long because it pisses me. Basically, I'm gonna say is today's women are their own worst enemy. That's the prelude right there.
Well, let me put it this way. So you consider them to be court justice too.
Facts. Yes.
Okay, that's good. Well, everybody in the chat, I just want everybody to say have a good night. Look up Coolicc, and if you want to give a donation, run that ball. You want to give me a donation? I mean, I don't even ask for them really, but if you wanted to, cash have a $ 1919 BJ. A lot of things about to come. The end of the year is coming to a close, and 2020 been a movie. Stick around for a little bit more because this movie about to go deeper. This rabbit hole going deeper. I would tell everybody to get some food, get some water and stuff because you don't know what's going on. You saw this week on Monday they had an attack on the grid and the YouTube was down, Facebook was down, everything was down. So if they'll do that, they would do a blackout and cut the lights off, something like that. So you got to be vigilant and know eat some food. I went and got me 6 big jugs of water, give me some more food. Just stay wrapped up. I mean, on the debate stage, Biden said Operation Dark Winter. So you get if you anybody go documentary, there was a drill ran out of John Hopkins Hospital in 2001. It was like a simulation drill. So these people run in cycles. So we got to know what we're looking at when we see this information, and we got to make the warning. So a lot of times people get hit by surprise. We don't need to get hit by surprise. We need to be prepared. Get food, water. I guess you get your flashlights, whatever, but get some food and water. Because, like I said, I saw the attorney Lynn Wood put up, you might need food, batteries, and etc. Also, there's also going to be a wave of evictions coming at the end of the year. So we got to warn people because the stimulus package is not going to. Well, we should have been waiting on it. No way. We really should be riding ourselves. And get water filtered jugs. That's right. And we just have to know. You don't know what these devils are planning behind the scenes. Well, we got an idea, but you just don't know how they're going to do it. They might shut the internet down. They might shut the power down. Some way they're gonna get that thing done. They're gonna try it at their best at least. Might not happen, but you gotta just always be prepared to know what these people planning. Like I said, I'm gonna try one more time this week. I'm gonna look for it. And I'm gonna try to get the book Synagogue of Satan. If anybody wants to read another book that's good, it's called Operation Paperclip. Um, the secret intelligence program that brought the Nazi scientists to America. You can get the secret components of biological warfare. You can get to learn protocols of the elders of Zion. And you can also get some other books. There's so many books out there. Well, yeah, you can find water, lakes, and rivers. That's true. You're right. Yeah, T Forest, we got to. Um, T Forest, put that information in the chat about those. Um, Some of you gave me in the chat last week about the military Fort Detrick and stuff. Put that information in the chat if you could. Maybe I might have to see it later, but put that in the chat. Everybody needs to know about this guy. Sent me a thing about this FDA thing. Put the what was it? The military Fort Detrick, how they had these pathogens escape at the lab and the vaccinations and stuff. So that's all. Thanks, T Forest, for bringing it up. Because yes, you can find water lakes, but you got to make sure it's not polluted though. You don't know what's going on with these with the water lakes these days. But Coolicc, yeah, thanks for coming on. You keep on doing what you're doing in Maryland. I'm gonna have to come up to Maryland, and I probably gonna have to come up to DC. Also in DC, I know Dr. Carmen Johnson was in the chat. They're also passing a bill to vaccinate children at 11 years old without parents' consent. So people need to be in an uproar about that. Boys from Brazil, a good movie. I'm trying to find out what he's talking about here. But yeah, y'all take your time. Be blessed. Everybody, do what they do. And just enjoy this life while you got it, because it can be gone tomorrow. But yeah, you take your time, Coolicc, and I'm out.
All right, peace on out.
All right, thank you, bro.